All right, everyone, welcome to the stream, guys. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson, on this wonderful Wednesday, guys. Wednesday. I don't know what, I don't know what just happened. I couldn't remember what day it is. It is Wednesday. It is Wacky Wednesday. It is all those things that you normally associate with Wednesday. We're in the middle of the work week, so we got a lot to get to. I see my man, Richard is in the house. Welcome, Richard. Welcome to the stream. All right, so yeah, we got a lot going on, guys. It's been a very productive day for me. I knocked out about 9 videos so far. I might try to squeeze one more in so I can say I officially did 10 videos today. I think that'll be pretty cool. But I decided I was still going to make this live stream, guys. As you know, recently I started going live every other night instead of every night, but I will be consistent with that, and I may even think about rearranging it where I go maybe from Monday through Friday and then just take Saturday and Sunday off. We'll see how it goes. But as far as tonight, my lovelies, we got a lot to get to. All right, so I did some stuff here today in the studio. Let me show you guys. I've been playing around a lot, and you can believe it, a lot with the Anchor Make M5. This has become one of my favorite things to mess around with. So every opportunity I get to play with this 3D printer, trust me, I do it. Now, my new filament did come in today. Yeah, my new filament came in today, so I've already installed that. And I've actually printed my first thing, Richard, with the new filament. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, so I have not taken this new thing off of the bed yet. I wanted to wait until I went live so that I could show you guys. So check this out. This is still right now on the bed here on the 3D printer. Now, this is a Corgi. Well, at least this is what it's supposed to be, a Corgi. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this off and let you guys see what this looks like. Check that out. You can wiggle the butt. So this, let me see if I can get it where you guys can see it. So yeah, this just came off of the 3D printer, and this is the new filament that I just got in. So he can stand, well, kinda, and get his legs right. Yeah, see, we can get him to stand up, so he can stand right next to this bunny that some people keep wanting to call a fox or something. So the bunny is actually black. So that was done with a black filament. And this one is more of a blue/black type of filament. So I don't know if you can see that, Richard, too well, that you can see the difference. But I think this came out really nice. Check that out. Yeah. And what's cool about him is he can actually stand. Now, this one can stand as well, but, you know, no issues there. But guess what? Let me show you what I did yesterday. Check this out. Yes. It's an articulating dragon. So I did that. I did the dragon yesterday. So let's put everybody here on the bed real quick here. Let's make sure our Corgi is standing. Let's get his legs right. And then we could take our dragon, which is this guy right here, and kind of wrap him around. All right, so we got the whole little weird family there together. So we got them all together there at one time. So we got the new dragon that I just did yesterday, the Corgi I did today, and of course this bunny that I did a couple of days ago. Now, honestly, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to 3D printing, one of the things that I want to emphasize to a lot of you, I know there are some really cool things that we can do with 3D printers, like creating stuff like this, because I think this dragon is super cool, right? So I'm pretty sure anyone I would gift a dragon to like this, and regardless of what color I would choose, you can even do some rainbow colors with these as well. I've even seen some new devices where you can connect to your 3D printer, where you can have multiple spools of filament, and as it prints, it can switch colors throughout the print. Now, again, there are some filaments that come that are already multiple colors, but if you have specific colors that you're trying to do, there is a way to do it. So now this is just a PLA. This is a very simple filament. This is what most people use for modeling and things like that. But there are also filaments out there, guys, that have carbon fiber. There's some filaments out there that have metal, that have sand, that have wood. So there's a variety of different type of textures and strength levels that you can create with a 3D printer. Now, when you get into your woods and your stone and stuff like that, you are going to have to change your extruder tip, because you're going to need a wider tip so that all of that material can get through, because I heard some of those filaments can be very detrimental to your tips. So, all right, so let's put our dragon back over there. Now, this 3D printer, guys, is from Anker. This is Anker Makes. You can get it right now here on Amazon for $699. For anyone who's looking for, an interesting way to entertain themselves, to create creative. I mean, you have a creative spark in you and you want to be able to turn it into a 3D model. This could be ideal for you. If you already have a background in like AutoCAD or any of those CAD softwares, this is going to be ideal for you, because now you can take your designs and bring them into the real world. Now, me, no, I don't really do that. What I do is I look for already created files. The Corgi was already on the Anker Makes cloud service, so I was able to just pull it down and just print it out, no problem. Now, a friend of mine, she has a big fondness for dragons, so I reached out to her a couple of days ago. I was just chatting with her before I went live, and I was like, okay, you get to pick any one dragon that can fit on the bed, and I will print it for you and ship it to you, okay? And I'm like, so don't pick, the cheesiest little tiny little thing. Pick something that's super cool, even if it requires multiple parts and we have to assemble it. I'm cool with that. Because that's just another test of the device. Now, Ankerwork does have their own PLA. Depending on which version or which PLA you want to use. A PLA is basically the material on the spool that you actually use for your engraving. So if we go back over here so you guys can see, the PLA is right here. That's what's on that spool that's connected to the 3D printer. And this is the material that you're going to use to print all of your different jobs. Now, like I said, there's a variety of different colors you can get these PLAs in. So don't feel like there's a limitation to that, because I've seen so many here on Amazon. I'm just, y'all, I don't even know where to get started. There's so many of them. I'm like, okay, let's see. I was thinking like basic colors, right? So when I first started, I'm like, okay, well, we're going to get the black, we're going to get the blue, we're going to get the red, we're going to get a white, we're going to get maybe, a green or something like that. And then I started looking at some of these colors and I'm like, ooh, that combination blue, purple, black looks fly. Yeah, I got to create some stuff with that. So I ordered that, I think 2 days ago, and it came today. And of course, the guy did knock on my door, as I always have this sign outside that says, please don't knock on the door because the dog will go crazy. But yes, the person did knock on the door, and of course, the dog did go crazy. So, there's that. But if you want to get the Anker PLA, you can actually get 2 spools of it right now for $58. Okay, so that's going to give you twice the amount. Now, the variant that I'm using right now, because I did want to test something other than the Anker, branded filament. So I did get a full roll of it, and I'm just going to run it through and see how it goes. But so far, if the Corgi is an indicator of how good this filament is, I think it is right on point with what I want to do. All right, guys, next item in the carousel is a PTZ camera. Now, that's an Osbot Tiny 4K PTZ camera. I'm actually using that camera right now to show you guys the 3D printer. So if I pop right back over here, you guys can probably see it. It's right here. This is the camera. I just have it connected to the side of my desk, and I have it, routed around to my to one of my hubs. And I'm using this to show everything that's on the desk over here. So when I want to switch to this camera angle, all I have to do is just tap here, and now you guys are able to see. Now I can easily adjust this camera. I can move it around manually. I can just move the head any place I want to, but this camera's not limited to just that. This camera actually has AI capabilities, guys. And what I mean by that is you can actually control this camera with gestures. So let's say, for instance, you're doing a production, or you're doing a live stream or gaming or whatever it is, but you don't have a camera person. No problem. This camera's got you set. So for as little as $239, this little PTZ camera has auto tracking, which is an AI feature. You can just put up your palm like this, and the camera will start to track you once it recognizes you. Now, the camera that I'm currently using right now has that feature, so I'm going to use that camera to kind of demonstrate what the AI feature looks like, right? So now I know the camera's in AI tracking. So if I move, as you guys see, the cameras follow me, right? So wherever I move here in the studio, if I go all the way over here to this enclosure, the cameras follow me. So if I come back over here, the camera's still tracking me. I'll probably leave it in tracking mode because I'm going to be moving all over the place, and it probably looks a little bit more dynamic when the camera is able to keep you in the frame. And that's what I'm trying to emphasize with these type of cameras, guys, because if you don't already have a camera person or somebody willing to volunteer their time to help you out, especially when you first get started, this could be an ideal solution. This little Osbot tiny 4K PTZ camera could be excellent to take your production to the next level. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, as I always try to. In my book, whenever you're starting out new, the first thing you want to focus on is audio. Second thing is going to be your lighting, okay? Third, you're going to concern yourself with cameras. So in this situation, I would say focus first on your audio. Now, if you're not ready to invest in something like, the Rode Procaster that I'm using here, or perhaps something like the Rodecaster Pro 2 that I'm using here on the desk, guys, don't worry about it. We got another option for you. Now, that is actually these wireless microphones from from Anker. So these are the Anker Works wireless microphone kit. Now it comes in this nice little travel case that you guys see here. The case itself has an internal battery that's going to charge your microphones and your receivers. So inside of the case, you're going to find the two omnidirectional microphones, and you find the actual receiver. Now, the way I've been using this a lot, so when I'm not using it, say for instance, connecting it to one of my pro cameras, let me see if you guys can see it over my shoulder here. One of my more professional cameras, it has a shotgun microphone. It has a lot of built-in features already, but in a lot of cases, I'm in a situation where even that shotgun microphone is not good enough for the distance that the talent might be at, right? So what I would resort to is using something like these wireless microphones. So I would clip one of these microphones onto, the talent, and then that way I can plug the receiver directly into my camera and have it as a backup audio track, right? So I'm still using my shotgun microphone, and I'm still probably using some other physical microphone, but this gives me the ability to also have a close-up audio of them. If they were to walk behind something, or someone was to walk between the camera or whatever it is, this would still pick their voice up with no problem, so I don't have to worry about audio cutout, right? Now, what's cool about this kit, you also get two adapters. You get one for iPhone and you get one for Android. And with those little adapters, you just mount it onto the back of the receiver. You can just plug this right into your phone. Now, I use my iPhone 14 Pro Max a lot sometimes for content creation. The camera is amazing, but the microphone has a little bit to be desired. So what I do is I just use this wireless microphone kit. I plug the receiver in open the camera, you know, I have my little microphone mounted on myself and I'm good to go. Now this will also work with my Android phone. This will work with my iPad. This will work with my MacBook. It'll work with any PCs, you know, just plug into the USB port and you're good to go. And what's cool about these two omnidirectional microphones, guys, you can actually change the look of them. Now, when you first get these, if you go with the black variant, because there's two versions of this, there's a white version and a black version. And if you go with the black version, both of the microphones are going to come black like this, kind of look like a little, you know, shiny piece of coal. But it does come with these replacement covers and you can swap those out. Now I have one of the gold covers on. It also comes with kind of a turquoise blue cover as well. The reason why you'd want that is the ability to be able to distinguish who is wearing which microphone, so that when you're looking at the gain controls on the receiver, you can easily tell, you know, who might be talking a little bit too loud or who might be talking a little bit too soft, and then you could adjust that on the receiver. So that's a win. Richard says, we got 1K. Alrighty, y'all. But anyway, guys, these wireless microphones are amazing, and I use them pretty much on a daily basis because, you know, Rome, if you already follow me on other social media, you know I'm popping out, you know, 4, 5, 10 videos a day, y'all. And this is one of the ways that makes it much easier for me to be able to do it. All I got to do is plug these microphones into my phone and just rock it out. All right, so definitely check these out. Now, right now, these are listed here on Amazon for $249.99. These will transmit up to 650 feet line of sight. They have noise cancellation built into them as well. A ton of features, guys, including the ability to connect this to your Mac or your PC and offload any of your pre-recorded content. And if I did not mention, because I know I didn't, these microphones actually have internal storage. So that means you can record directly to the microphone and transmit to your camera or your phone or whatever it is you want to use. So you got a third option or backup for your audio, because it's also recording internally to the microphone. Man, I'm telling you, this kit is amazing. Definitely check it out. I mean, you know, almost anything you get from Anker is just straight up fire, y'all. And speaking of that, are these headphones right here. Now, these are from Soundcore. These are the Q35s. I have tested these with my phones. I've used these with my iPad. I've used these with my MacBook. They sound amazing. They have these super soft, plush ear cups. They almost feel like marshmallows. The adjustment band here is completely adjustable, as you guys can see here. You got a nice kind of, I don't think that's leather, but like a faux leather material inside here, the part that's going to make contact with your head. On the top of it is like a metal band. Now, these are Bluetooth, so you have two options. You can either keep them wired like I do here, have them connected to my Rodecaster Pro 2, or you could just pop that cable out if you want to go cordless. And you can connect these to your phone. You can connect them to your iPhone. You can connect them to your Android phone, your iPad, your MacBook, your PC, and they have tactile buttons. So what's cool about that is you don't have a bunch of that swiping and tapping and rubbing and, you know, wishing that everything, you know, does what it's supposed to do. You got these hard buttons right here. So you're going to have that muscle memory. So as you need to adjust the gain, you'll just remember where the buttons are. If you want to turn on and off the noise cancellation, you have that as well. And you can also, if this is connected to your phone, you can receive phone calls through this because it does have a built-in microphone as well. Now, these are currently $79.99 here on Amazon, guys. I'm going to give you a closer look at them. These things are super nice. Now, they are listed down in the carousel. So if you want to just pop over there and take a look at them, feel free to click on them in the carousel, guys. Go ahead and look at the product page. If you still have questions about them, I got them right here in my hand, and I will be more than happy to elaborate, come back at some other point. Even if I'm way down the carousel and you pop back in and go, Rome, I still got a question about those headphones. Don't worry, I will grab them and we will still talk about them. So don't sweat it, y'all. All right, let's keep rolling. So, my desk is crazy, y'all. So I'm gonna show you guys my desk here real quick, okay? I hope y'all are sitting down. Because I'm gonna show you my desk. I'm gonna grab my phone because I'm gonna use my phone as a camera so I can show you guys my desk. All right. I think the lens is clean. All right. So let me switch over to our phone view. And where did I put the phone view? All right, there we go. So now we're on the phone view. So you guys can see my desk here. I have the Rodecaster Pro 2. I have this nice little stand here. We're gonna talk about this in a minute for my phone. And I have my iPad here as well. And above that on another desk is my MacBook. We have a battery over here. I have a couple of YOLO boxes here as well, this Anker hub, and you guys can see one of my little compact monitors, and I have the InStream. All of this stuff is directly in front of me. So this is what I'm looking at when I'm sitting here in the studio. This is my view and all the different microphones and everything, right? So let me show you guys a stand that I did receive from Anker that has, man, I'm telling you guys, this stand has taken my desk game to a whole nother level, y'all. So that's this little stand right here. So let me see if I make sure I can get this without unplugging everything. All right, so check this out. This is my iPad Pro. This is the 12.9-inch iPad. As you guys can see, this is a big device. Now, one of the problems that I ran into with this, if you want to connect other things to an iPad, you have to have something like one of these little adapters where you connect maybe a microphone or read an SD card or all those kind of things. So you got all of these little things all over the place and you're constantly losing them or whatever. So this stand that you guys see the iPad on, which is this right here, all metal, completely adjustable. This gives me the ability, guys, to have my SD card reader. So it has a TF card reader, a full-size SD card reader. On the opposite side here, this has two USB-A's. Those are your 3.0s. You have your headphone input. On the back, let me see if I can turn this around without dropping it. On the back, we have HDMI out. We have our power pass-through as well. And also on one side of it is where you connect the cable so that I can connect this to the iPad and keep it connected and power it the whole time. Now, what's cool about this, I can use my iPad in portrait or in landscape. It just depends on how I want to sit it down here. So this thing just pretty much lives now on my desk, plugged into one of my solar power batteries. And I use this every single day. You guys may not be, video editors, but Final Cut Pro just came to the iPad. And man, we've been wanting Final Cut Pro on the iPad, guys, for years, and it finally has dropped. Apple has given Final Cut Pro to us on the iPad, so that means I can edit on my iPad as fast as I can edit on my MacBook Air or my MacBook Pro. And I am so excited about that because that means I can be out literally anywhere and edit my productions with no problem whatsoever right here on this iPad. And having that stand takes it to the next level, because if I bring in one of these cameras, let's say we did a photo shoot and the model wants to see her images and we want to do some editing real quick of the photos, no problem. I got Photoshop on the iPad. But now if we want to also edit some of those behind the scenes videos, now we can just take that same SD card, pop it into the iPad through this cool little stand, and now we can edit the video in 4K or above, ProRes or above on the iPad. Man, that's a win. It's a win. And like I said, things like these accessories, like these stands, just takes it to the next level. Now, the little stand that's on my desk is something recently that I received. And originally I used to use a different type of stand, and it had no electronics. It was just something that would just hold the phone, but it was very similar to the Anker stand because I could adjust it and move it around or whatever. But this stand here, I'm gonna show you guys again, which is this little stand that you guys see here. Now, this one is cool because it charges my phone, and I'm using my iPhone to control my live stream. It also charges my Apple Watch and earbuds. It has a place for any of your earbuds, especially the ones that have wireless charging, all in this one little lightweight metal stand. Now, the stand is very lightweight, but it is metal. Okay, so it's not a little cheap, plastic stand that you're gonna, have to replace in just a couple of weeks or a couple of months. This thing is gonna last a long time. It may even outlast your phone. I'm just saying. So what's cool for me is I can just drop my phone on here while I'm streaming or whatever I'm doing, and it's charging my phone wirelessly at the same time. Guys, that's a win. And it's only $28.99 for an all metal stand that charges your watch, charges your phone, and can charge your earbuds. You got everything you need in one little simple stand. So definitely check it out. Now, we talked a little bit about the 3D printer, okay? And I showed you guys a couple of things that I've done with the 3D printer so far. I got a ton of ideas already of stuff we're gonna do with the 3D printer. Man, y'all just don't have no clue. And I'm supposed to get a TIG welder pretty soon. So a TIG welder, basically I can weld metal together. So now I have a lot of possibilities of creativity, right? I can do some 3D printing. I can do some woodwork, because I also have my lasers here in the studio. So I could use those for engraving, or I could use them for cutting, okay? So last year when I first started working with lasers and demoing lasers here on the stream, I started off with the LaserPecker 2. Now that's a diode laser that is pretty much an all-in-one desktop laser, very compact. Let me grab it. So that's this laser right here, okay? So this is the LP2, the LaserPecker 2. Now, you have a couple of options if you decide to go with this laser. You can get it just as you see it right here, or you could get it with the additional accessory, which is your rotary tool, which will allow you to do things like these metal water bottles that you guys have seen me do. You can do glasses, you can do vases, you can do anything that can fit underneath the laser and can be rotated. You can engrave on it as well, right? So again, this is a 5-watt diode laser. It's going to be perfect for most of your desktop applications. It's going to work great with wood. It's going to work with plastic. It's going to work with some metals. I've used this to engrave on the back of mirrors, all different type of things. Richard can tell you, I've created a lot of things, including like these metal business cards that I usually engrave whenever somebody new pops into the stream. Richard's got one of these cards. Alan DeBay's got one of these cards. Samantha, Jennifer Lude, all of those different people that normally come in through the stream, they have one of these metal business cards. And all of them were created with one of these devices. So this is the LP2. Right now, guys, you can get this device here on Amazon with the third axis. Let me grab it so I can show you guys. All right, so this is the third axis, okay? So what this does is that, it actually just slots into the laser, connecting it with one of these cables, and this is what's going to allow you to rotate the bottle while you're engraving on it. And it'll also allow you to run longer pieces of material underneath the laser while you're engraving on it. Now, the work area for this laser is 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters. So that does seem somewhat limited, but in reality, it's not, because when you include that other accessory, you could actually have a very long piece of material go underneath this laser, and it's going to control the movement of the material as it engraves on it, right? And it also has another feature with this specific laser where you can put this in what's called trolley mode. So think about it like a robot vacuum that can laser engrave, right? You're going to take it off of this base, you're going to connect it to this, and now this will be able to roll along your material and engrave at the same time. Now with that one, you're not as limited to the distance, other than the fact you're going to have some kind of power supply plugged into this. Or you could also use, they have a 5200 milliamp hour battery that you can order, and then that can just make this completely mobile. You could take this thing anywhere and use it. Home, office, school, wherever it is, you got a community, a church, something like that. You want to create some amazing stuff, check this thing out, guys. Definitely check it out. Now, that's the LP2. The LP3 is a different laser, all right? So this laser, woo, this is a boss laser here. So this one here is the LP3. This is a fiber laser. Now, fiber lasers are a different frequency than the diode lasers. What the fiber laser is better at and better suited for is going to be engraving on plastic and metal. Now, of course, you can still engrave on stone and some other materials as well, but this thing really shines when you're working with metal, okay? And it is super fast. I mean, man, you just don't know. This thing is super fast, okay? Now, it can also use that third axis. Now, it is limited to two things that you can do with it. One is, again, your cylinder mode, and then also your slab mode. But you can't put this in trolley mode because the head of this laser is actually much bigger and heavier than the previous laser. So it wouldn't go over really well, and you'd probably wind up destroying one or the other, you know, trying to make that work. But most of the time, you're definitely not going to be using a fiber laser for those type of jobs. That's going to be more suited for a diode laser, okay? So definitely check this thing out, guys. This is the LP3. Now, this one also has a removable plate at the bottom. So if you have something that is too tall to go underneath the laser, you can literally just sit this on top of it and still engrave onto it as well. And that just pops right back in just like that. So I like both of these. I like both of them. I mean, honestly, unless I was only working with metal and plastic, I would go with that laser. But if I was using a variety of different materials, okay, I wasn't doing jewelry or anything like that, then I would probably focus my attention toward the LP2. Okay. Now, like I said, both of them have a huge range of things that they can do. Now, the LP2 is a 5-watt laser. The LP3 is a 10-watt laser. Don't let those numbers confuse you because, you know, those are just, you know, numbers. It really depends on how you use it to get the best result out of it. I've used, you know, the LP2 to cut through wood. Now, it's not as powerful as some of the other lasers that I have here in the studio when it comes to cutting, but it can still do a good job. Alan DeBay is in the house. Welcome, Alan DeBay. Welcome to the stream. All right, so whichever laser you go with, three things you gotta have. You gotta have some safety glasses, okay? You need to have a well-ventilated area or some type of fume extraction system to remove any of the fumes or smoke that these lasers can produce. Now, it depends on the material that you're you know, engraving or cutting. Some things are not as sensitive to producing smoke as others are, but Jennifer Lude can tell you Rome has a tendency to smoke out the studio, okay? Sometimes when I'm creating stuff up in here, it is smoke in the city, y'all, smoke in the city. So one of the things that I did purchase myself just a couple of weeks ago, check it out, is this little lightweight fume extractor, okay? Now, this ideally is not designed just for lasers or laser engraving. When I first saw one of these, it was actually on someone's YouTube channel that was talking about soldering, you know, soldering wires together, and they were using this to remove the fumes out of their studio. And I'm like, well, okay, this could work for lasers, yeah. So I ordered one, and it did a pretty good job. The only problem is most of my lasers don't have some kind of enclosure, so smoke is just going to kind of go wherever the smoke wants to go. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some kind of enclosure. But if you combine this with an enclosure, you got a winning combination. Now, this system is very, very smart. You can use a HEPA filter. It has this little door that just opens up right here. Now I just have I think it's a carbon filter in here right now, but you can also order a HEPA filter and it'll fit right inside of here. Real simple to operate. You just got one knob and just turn it up high, turn it down low, whatever you want to. But the neck of it is completely adjustable, so you can kind of move this around and position it however you want to, you know, shape it and just, you know, put it wherever you need to get them fumes, okay? So definitely check this out, especially if you have a laser or you're doing some type of soldering. You need one of these in your life. I'm just saying, okay? Check it out. All right. What else we got? What else we got? Jennifer Lude. I already took the new item that I 3D printed so far off of the bed, but I'm going to show it to you if you're still here. So let's pop right back over here to 3D printing. So what have I printed so far? With the 3D printer? You guys know I printed this bunny. that some people say is a fox, that some people say is something else, but it's a bunny. And then I also, yesterday, I printed this dragon. So I don't know how long this dragon is. Maybe it's about 12 inches long. But yeah, I printed this pretty cool little articulating dragon. Say hi, dragon. Hi. Hi, my name is Dragano. Dragano, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. But today, this is what I printed before going live. I printed this little corgi because I got some new filament in and I wanted to test it. So I just, swapped out the filament and I just, found the first file that was already on the system and I printed this corgi. It took almost an hour and a half to print this. But you guys see, this thing looks really cool. I don't know how well these colors are gonna show up on here on the stream, but I'm telling you, this guy looks amazing. And he can stand up, or you can, pop his legs down and he can sit down like that. So you could either have him laying on your desk or, standing on your desk or whatever. So another articulating item. So definitely check it out. All right, so the next item in the carousel, luckily enough, is on this level. So let me just rotate the camera around a little bit. You guys should be able to see that there's a battery back here right past the laser. So this battery, guys, is the Geniverse Home Power 1. This is a 1,000 watt battery. It has a 1,200 watt surge. Guys, this battery can be charged off of solar panels. You can charge it off of wall power. You can even charge this in your vehicle while you're driving. I know Alan's on a road trip right now. I don't know if he took his solar power battery with him, but this would be ideal for a road trip, especially if you got some stuff coming up for the summer months. You're about to get out there, get in the wind, get into the mountains and go into the beach or wherever it is you're going to be traveling to. Having some backup power is a win. Okay, it's got a built-in handle. Now, my kit did come with 2 solar panels. There are 2 100 watt solar panels. You don't actually need both solar panels to charge this. You could charge this off of one 100 watt solar panel. Yes, it's going to take a little bit longer, but trust me, it will get the job done. Yes, definitely so. So if you guys are looking for or should be looking for, especially if you live in a state like I do down here in Texas, man, the power goes out at any specific time. It does not have a certain time of the year. You just don't know Texas. It's just crazy like that. So having backup battery, guys, having a solar power battery in your home, in your office, somewhere that you have access to, is just smart thinking, guys. It's just like having insurance. You hope you never need it, but if something goes wrong, you are so happy that you had it. So I'm just saying, if you have the opportunity to get one of these solar power batteries, get you a battery, put it in your home, get ready for, the foul weather that may come down the road. And this battery, as an example, you could actually charge this battery up and it will store its power, guys, up to a year. Okay, up to a year it'll store its power. And if you include the kit with the solar panels, if the power was to go out, you're good, because all you got to do is run your cable outside, okay, set up your solar panels, charge the battery as you go, and you can still use the battery and charge it at the same time, AC and DC. Now, I know there's some batteries out there where when it's charging, you can only use, say, DC as a DC as an option, but this battery is actually going to allow you to use AC and DC while you're charging it. So definitely check it out. Jennifer Lou, let us know what your day has been like. Richard, you too, man. Y'all know I did some baking today, right? I did some baking today. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm trying to decide if I want to show y'all what I baked. So if y'all want to see what I baked, drop it down in the comments, because it's in the kitchen cooling right now. If y'all want to see what Rome baked today, drop it in the comments and I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. If I see somebody in the comments say, Rome, what did you bake, bro? Richard says mini muffins. You are close, Richard. You're close. But no cigar for Richard. No cigar for Richard. Nope, nope, nope. It is not. It is not mini muffins, Richard, but I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it right now. All right, I got it. I got it. Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are ready to see what I got. Where's my headphones? All right, so this is what I baked today. All right, so I got it already on the camera view. Let me just set it up here. And I'm gonna switch the camera over to this angle right about here. All right, so let me hear it down in the comments if you guys want to see. You ready to see what Rome baked today? All right, here we go. Here we go. Rome baked a muffin loaf. I baked a muffin loaf. I baked a muffin loaf. I baked a muffin loaf. Yes, and man, it looks. Look at that. You can see all the black, the wild berries in there. Look at that, man. Y'all already know Rome gonna tear this thing up later tonight, y'all. It's gonna get towed up. So yes, I made a muffin loaf. I made a muffin loaf. That's what I made tonight. Oh, I gotta take it out of the studio because if I leave it in here much longer, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna be some drama and Rome gonna have some sticky fingers. So let me go ahead and take this right back out of the studio because if I don't, I'm gonna be eating during my stream. So that's probably not a good idea. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Y'all just don't know. I kept telling everybody all week. I'm like, I'm gonna bake something. I'm gonna bake something, and I had no idea what I was gonna bake. So I was trying to take a nap, but I couldn't fall asleep. So I wound up just getting up, and I was standing in the kitchen, and I was looking at the blender for some reason, the mixer, and I'm like, maybe I just go ahead and make some muffins. Yeah, I'm gonna make some muffins, y'all. And then I thought about it, I was like, no, I don't want to just make some muffins. I want to make a muffin loaf. So I got all the ingredients out. Luckily, I did remember to get eggs last time I went to the store because that's one of the reasons I was procrastinating about baking anything because I didn't have any eggs. But I did get some eggs. So, yeah, there you go. All right, let's keep rolling, guys. What do we got next in the carousel? Next in the carousel is this new laser that's here in the studio. Let me show it to you guys. Where's my mouse? There we go. Boom. All right, so most of you probably know of the laser that's inside of this enclosure. This is the Akia K1 Pro. This is a 12-watt laser. This is a gantry style laser. I'm going to use my phone to show you guys what it looks like because you can't see inside of it from here. So let me go ahead and switch back over to my phone's view so I can show you guys what's going on with the laser. Hold on for a second. All right, so let me just click here. There we go. So you guys can see inside now. So this is a gantry style laser. Now, like it is inside of this enclosure, it has a touch screen, as you guys can see right there. So I can actually run my jobs right off of the laser, even if it's not connected to a computer. I can just run it right off of an SD card. Now, it does come with an SD card, so you can put all your files right on that. Like I said, this is a 20-watt laser head. I also have this cutting bed that's underneath here. So when I get to the cutting bed, this is what I'm referring to. So you guys can see it right now. But this is one of those sawtooth style cutting beds. It's different than a honeycomb bed because with this style, it doesn't leave any marks or scars on the back of your material when you're using this. So that's one of the things that I really, really like about this cutting bed. And this is a super powerful laser, guys. I have cut through some thick wood. I'm talking about wood that you would normally think about only using like a skill saw or an electric saw or something to cut through. And I was able to do it with this laser. So I was so impressed with this thing, guys. You have no idea. This thing is a beast. So for those out there, my creatives out there who are thinking about things that they also want to maybe, create some stuff, start a little side hustle. I was watching a couple of videos earlier today and they were talking about a combination of 3D printers, laser engravers, laser cutters. That's the industry standard going forward. You're going to see that so often now in production. And anybody who's, around those type of jobs know what I'm talking about. They're seeing it more and more, things that used to take, days and weeks and months to produce. Now people are able to produce these parts in-house because they have 3D printers, and there are 3D printers that can actually print metal. Okay. I honestly believe, in the near future, every home is going to have some version of a 3D printer in their homes. That's not, something that we need to fantasize about. It's just a fact. It's going to happen. Look at how many of them you can find right here on Amazon right now. Now, the laser that we're talking about currently, the K1 is $13.99. And pretty much everything that you see inside of this case comes with it. It also comes with an air assist. That cutting bed does not come with it. That's an additional purchase. Now, I did purchase it here on Amazon. It's $129.99 for the cutting bed. And then this enclosure that you're looking at, this is how I combat the smoke and the fumes and stuff like that when I'm engraving or cutting something, right? So the way this works is this has a top door that just basically closes like this on top. And this also has like a built-in fan and a ventilation hose. So whenever I'm engraving something, it just sucks the smoke right out of this box out through that hose, which then I can then run outside. And then that way I don't have to, smell the smoke or whatever. But I even noticed, even with this here, if I just have this kind of cracked open, because earlier today I was trying to put a camera in here, you can still see the smoke. You just don't smell it, because as soon as the smoke appears, the fan is literally just sucking it out. So, that's what I really like about this enclosure. So let me go back to the phone view, and I'm gonna show you guys something. Now, I did not set the light up the way it's supposed to be inside of here. I actually unplugged the light, but there's a light that goes back here, and at that far corner back there, you guys can probably see that little vent. That's where the fan is. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the fan on real quick so you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like. And yes, it is loud. So if I kick the fan on, you guys see the light just popped on, and you should probably be able to hear the fan as well. So that thing is, the fan is strong, guys. It is sucking the fumes right out. Now, there's no fumes for it to suck out right now, but you get the idea. And it comes with this LED light strip as well, so you could mount that, say, like along here if you wanted to on the top of this. So when you close this, you can still see inside of the enclosure. All right, let me turn this fan off because this thing is loud. All right, but you guys get the idea. So this enclosure also has this nice little pocket here where I keep a lot of my tools. And then the hose, you guys can see the hose back there is just kind of running out of the back, and it's just running out to the back door. So that's where all the fumes are going. And I still have my air assist connected, but it's actually on the outside of the enclosure, which it doesn't need to be inside, because it's right here, so I can easily adjust the air assist based on what I need, based on what it is I'm cutting or engraving. So a really, really nice design, mostly Velcro, heavy duty. This thing is fireproof. Yeah, real nice design. You got a nice glass here in the front, and then you also have another glass panel on the top so you can see in from the top view of it. So really nice design for this, guys. Like I said, if you have a laser or thinking about getting a laser, at least get some type of air filtration system or some type of air purifier, in your home or office or wherever you're going to be working from, should I say, because that's going to help ensure your health, that you have, proper ventilation, because some of these materials can be a little bit on the toxic side. So you just want to keep that in mind. All right. So you guys know I engrave with pretty much everything. I do wood, I do metal, I do stone. Now, when it comes to wood, most of the wood that I've used so far has come right here from Amazon, right? So this is some little over 3mm wood, 12 by 12. You can get this in a kit. Now, I got 12 sheets of this wood for $20.99. Very high grade wood. It's very flat. It is ideal for cutting, for engraving, or whatever you want to use it for. Now, I've created a number of things with this, and you guys saw the wall art that I created a couple of weeks ago that I donated to my community vet. That was this same wood. Now this, I did have to replace it. I had to buy some more because, you know, I was just cutting and burning and doing all kind of crazy stuff when I first got this laser. And that has not stopped because I am still doing the exact same thing. I mean, almost every single day I find something to engrave. I find something to cut. I'm constantly checking the power levels. I mean, today, literally, I was just cutting circles out of wood just so I could see what the minimum power I would be able to use to make a cut in wood this thick without having to, you know, just be able to speed up the job at the same time, right? I wanted to make sure it could cut through, but do it efficiently and do it fast if I wanted to mass produce something like keychains or coasters or whatever it is I want to make. You know, I just want to find my right perfect power setting. But the wood that I'm using is a win, guys, is a win. All right, let's see what we got left in the carousel. I don't think we have too many things left tonight. All right, so one thing that I did get this week, which is this little battery powered fan. Man, this thing is choice, y'all. It's got a built-in light. So this is gonna be great for camping, for the RV, for the backyard, for the man cave, the she shed, up in the attic, down in the basement, wherever you are, at the office, no worries. So you got, you know, your power control right here. You just turn it on and off from right here. But what's cool about this fan, guys, not only does it have a light, like I said, it's got a built-in light. You guys can see that. It's got a 3-stage light built into this fan, right? But this fan can also oscillate 360 degrees. PC Phil is in the house. So if I wanted to rotate, I could do 90 degrees or all the way up to 360 degrees. Not a fan, just gonna kind of do its own thing. It's just gonna rotate around. You guys hear it blowing on my microphone right now. So I can get it to go back in the opposite direction. Let's see what I have it set on. I don't think I have it on 360. So let's put it on 360 and let me tilt it forward a little bit. So you guys can see now it's gonna do the full 360 degrees, right? So maybe you're just trying to cool off a room or cool yourself off and a friend. Maybe you wanted to oscillate back 90 degrees or you want to do a full 360, you can do that. And this also comes with this little clip. So maybe for some reason you want to hang this, you know, from the top of your tent or your cabin or something like that. You have that option. But let me show you something else. This has some amazing, super strong jaws right here. This whole base is one big clamp, okay? You can clamp this thing down onto almost anything, a desk, a table, you know, the side of a bed, wherever you want to put it, right? And you can easily control, man, this thing is strong, I'm telling you. Let me turn the fan off here real quick, keep it from spinning, and I'm gonna show you something else that you can do with it, because you can tilt this back all the way like this. So maybe you have it on the desk where it's just blowing up in your face. That could be cool. Or you could take it in the opposite direction and have it tilted down. Maybe you're trying to blow down on something because you got this clipped up on, you know, maybe a shelf above you, but you want the airflow coming down. Man, I'm telling you, this thing is super cool, guys. Ooh, that feels nice. That's nice. That feels so nice. $49.99. Now it seems to come in a variety of colors. The one that I have here is this really cool neon orange and black that does look good together. And like I said, other things that this also has a built-in timer, if I didn't mention that. So you have options where it comes to setting this up, where you can have it set, like maybe you're going to bed, you want the fan just on you for a couple of hours. As you fall asleep, it'll eventually turn off. And you can also use this as a power brick, because inside you have the ability to plug in at least one USB cable. You can actually use the internal battery to charge your phone. So yeah, I like this. I love this design, guys. I really do. PC Phil is in the house. PC Phil. What it do, PC Phil? So Rome has been playing with all kinds of tech, PC Phil. But one of the things that I've been having the most fun with has been this 3D printer. And I was showing everyone this new thing that I printed today with the new filament, this little corgi. I think it is so cute. And yes, it is obvious this is a corgi. So if somebody tells me this is a bear or something else, we're gonna have to throw hands or something. So this is definitely a corgi. Okay, this is a dog. Now I also printed this cute little bunny. You guys see this little melanated bunny, this little black bunny. And then I also printed this articulating dragon. So we got this cool little dragon. I'm telling you, you know, I do like 3D printing. I think it's so fun. I think it's nice to have 3D printing, but it takes so long. It takes so long to 3D print something, y'all. You know, I printed that corgi. It took almost an hour and a half, okay? I printed the bunny, and I think it took like about the same amount of time. I'm gonna let you guys guess how long it took to print this dragon, okay? I'm gonna let you put it in the comments how long you think it took to print this articulating dragon. You got it right on, bro. Right, it took it was over 5 hours. Over 5 hours to print this dragon, y'all. Yes. Yeah, so I get one of my reps, I sent her the picture of the bunny the other day. When I first printed the bunny, and I sent her a picture of this bunny, and she's like, "Rome, that's not a bunny, Rome." And I'm like, "Yes, it's a bunny." She's like, "No, Rome, I know what a bunny looks like, and that does not look like a bunny to me." I'm like, "Well, what do you think it looks like?" She's like, "I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It could be a fox, it could be something, it could be anything, but it's not a bunny." But this is a bunny, y'all. This is a long-eared bunny. That's what the file said. That's all I know. The file said it's a long-eared bunny. Now, Richard just popped something down in the comments. I actually have a project that should take about 28 hours to print. 28 hours. But this printer is much faster than the average printer because it can print at like 150 millimeters a second, okay? So where most printers are gonna be around that 60 millimeters per second range, this one is much, much faster. But sometimes speed can work against you because sometimes speed enters, adds issues that you normally wouldn't have, if you were doing it, the slow, steady, wins the race type of thing. But I mean, it's not like I'm in a big hurry for anything to get printed. So other than the fact of continuous noise. So I am starting to think about getting an enclosure for the printer, because I'm thinking, man, this thing needs to be in an enclosure too, so it won't be so loud all the time. Because like if I do a long print like that, I still create videos literally every day. I can't have this thing running in the background while I'm creating videos, but I can pause it. I can pause it, and then, when I'm done shooting my videos, I can just put it back into action, no problem. So, that's not a big deal. All right, so let's get to something else that's over here on my desk. So I don't know how well you guys are gonna be able to see this, but let me grab it. So this picture frame, let me see if you guys can see it. Can you guys see that picture frame? Nope. I'm gonna have to let me bring it back to the main camera. All right, so this picture frame right here is a digital picture frame. Now, right now, this is $125 for this digital picture frame. Actually, $125.10, okay? Now, what's cool about this digital picture frame, and I'm sure this is not the only one that can do this, but you can actually give the code to your family and friends, and they can send photos and videos to your picture frame in real time, okay? So Alan has sent me a number of photos on here. He sent me photos of his cat, photos of like some birds that he photographed, an owl that he photographed somewhere, and also an eagle. So if I scroll through here, you can see some of those photos because there's that owl I was talking about, and there's the eagle, and then there's a groundhog. There's a couple of birds that Alan photographed when he goes on his walks, and the turtles, and then there's Alan's cat. Okay, there's Alan's cat. Well, Alan's cat is very judgmental. Okay, so sometimes when I'm in the kitchen, I can still see into the studio, right? So I'm looking over here, maybe somewhere in this area, because this sits on the other desk where the 3D printer is, right? So I'll look over and I'll see this just staring at me, being judgmental, y'all. Just looking at me like I've done something wrong. Yeah, just like that. Exactly like that, okay? So I know Alan be looking for photos to send me just so he can torture me, and I'm surprised he hasn't started sending me photos of his coffee cup or something. But what I'm saying is, what's cool about having one of these, you could get this for your mom, your dad. Father's Day is coming up. This could be ideal. This would have been a great Mother's Day gift. It can still be a good Father's Day gift. You know, if you have grandparents that you guys don't get to see too often, you could get them something like this and share your lives with them on a daily or weekly basis. Send them photos, send them little video clips, and that way they feel like they're not alone and they're still experiencing a part of your world. Now, what's cool about this is you can also set this up in portrait or in landscape. And even when it's in portrait, you get to determine what the most important thing is in the photo that you're sending, and you can frame that so that when it's in portrait, like if my dog was the example, then this would zoom in really close. Well, it's going to keep him in the center of the frame, right? Where when it's in landscape, since this was a portrait photo, you just kind of see it from that perspective. But just like this owl is a perfect example. So the owl, let's say, is in landscape right now, but if I turn this in portrait, you see now it just, that is just creepy, y'all. That's not right. That's not right. No. He's staring at me too. Okay, I can deal with the groundhog. So me and this groundhog gonna kind of just roll with it. We're gonna just roll with it. But y'all can see, this is really nice. Anyway, this thing just lives here on my desk. And let me get it back there so it doesn't fall over. So definitely check it out. Like I said, I am a huge fan of anything that's tech that makes my life more fun or can bring value to someone else's life. I do my best to find those things and share those things with others because, that's what we do, guys. We only have a certain amount of time on this planet. So, enjoy the time that you're here. Find ways to share your life and your experiences with other people and encourage them to do positive things, to do creative things. And that's, kind of my goal when I go live here on Amazon as well. All right, so we only got like 1 or 2 more things. I think maybe 3 things, maybe 4 left in the carousel, but most of these things kind of tie together. So you guys already know we're about to roll into them hot months here in Texas. It's going to be summertime. We going to be
rocking it out for the summertime. I'm going to be in the backyard, y'all, with the grill. I'm going to be smoking it up, just smoking it up.
But while I'm out there with that grill, throwing them dogs on there, throwing them hot dogs on there, throwing them hamburgers on there and all that other kind of stuff, I'm gonna be out there with these tunes, y'all. I'm gonna be making my neighbors mad. So this little Bluetooth speaker from Soundcore is a little mini beast. This thing can float. So if it gets a little wet, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Now this is a front firing speaker. It does have 2 big bass drivers on either side of it. Now, easily enough, this is simple to control. You have all of your buttons here at the top. You have your bass boost. What did I say? Bass boost?
Bass. If you ready to put some bass in the place, ooh-wee, y'all, come on now. You got a boost button. Who needs to boost the bass? I don't know. But if
you do, let me know. Because I'm trying to figure out who needs more bass. You just putting like bass on top of bass on top of bass. That's like putting mashed potatoes on your mashed potatoes, okay? Just calm down, all right? You don't need all that.
But if you do, and you're one of those kind of people where you got a bass boost button, you got a Bluetooth button, you got your rocker switch here as well, and you have a TWS, so if you do have 2 of these, you can actually pair these together, control it with one device, and it will, be able to play the same music, the same whatever it is out of both of the speakers at the same time. You could have that stereo effect going. You got one on this side of the, the field or the yard, one back here. Surround sound, y'all, surround sound. And if the rain comes through like it does in Texas, because some days in Texas, guys, you can get all 3 types of weather in one single day. I'm telling you, it's not a joke, it is true. And if this gets a little wet, it's going to be just fine. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. All right, so I got something for my live streamers. I got something from my work from home people as well. So let me go ahead and knock these other couple of things out. All right, so check it out, guys. Here we go. This is the YOLO Box Pro. Now, I have the YOLO Box Mini, the YOLO Box Pro, and I have the YOLO Live in-stream here in the studio. But tonight, we're just going to focus on the YOLO Box Pro. This is the big dog in the yard. This is your all-in-one production studio in a box. You can put it in a backpack. If you got some of them big, back in the 70s, you know, parachute pants with them big giant pockets, okay, then you could probably just drop this in your pocket if that's what you do. But most people probably gonna put this in a case or something. I'm just saying, you know. So PC Phil, you could probably put this in maybe one of your big pockets, you know, when you're wearing your parachute pants. You know, Alan, you know what I'm talking about. Anywho, back to the show. All right, so what's cool about this, guys, you can connect actual 3 HDMI cameras to this. 3. Count it with me now. 1, 2, 3 HDMI cameras, 1 USB camera or some USB device. You have HDMI out, you have Ethernet, you have USB-C out as well. So you can actually use this as just a switcher. So if you don't want to stream directly from this device, you can just have this on your desk and just use this to control all your cameras and microphones and all that kind of cool stuff just as one controller, right? Like how we used to use the Ninja Cast, you could use the YOLO Box to do basically the same thing. Now, also you can plug in line level mic. You can plug in wireless mics like these AnchorWorks, wireless microphones, you know, so you got all different kind of things. And of course, this is USB-C compliant, so it's going to be simple to find a charging cable to keep this charged and powered. And you also can put in a full-size SD card. You have a SIM card accessibility here as well. So as far as going live with this, guys, you could use Ethernet, Wi-Fi, or a SIM card. Okay, 3 different ways you can go live with this device, or use it as a recorder. Maybe you don't want to go live today. Maybe you just want to record some of the stuff that you're doing. No problem. You can record with this as well. You can even record with this while you're live streaming, okay? And if you got some previous recorded content like B-rolls or shoppable videos, no problem. Throw it on your SD card. When you're ready to show it, click on it. It's going to come live on your stream. You also have the ability to bring in live guests. So that means, let's say, for instance, you are here in Texas and Richard's in another state, California, and PC Phil is in, you know, Georgia, and Alan and you know, whoever else is on the other side of the country. We want to share the live stream with them, bring them into the live stream. All you have to do is send them an email through the device, guys, and then they will enable their microphones and their cameras. They're going to come in as a video source, and you'll be able to control the audio, the video of this device in real time. You can record with this device. You can do instant playback. So if you're into sports, something cool happens, you know, like a giant squirrel comes by and jumps through the air and snatches the football out of the guy's hand. You hit that replay and everybody get to see it, because they're like, what just happened? You're like, wait, let me show you. Let me show you. One more again. Just like that. You can show them what happened, right? And of course, you have your normal transitions, video transitions. You have the ability to stream to up to 3 different destinations at the same time. So let's say, for instance, you have an account on YouTube. You have an account on Twitch. Maybe you're also here on Amazon. You can stream to all 3 of those destinations at the exact same time. Now, this is a 1080p device. Maximum resolution you're going to be able to stream is 1080p, 60 frames a second. But that's gonna cover most platforms that you're going to be streaming on, guys. And there's always new features being added to this device. So if you have a green screen and you want to key yourself out, you have green screen capabilities as well. Just a ton of features. So definitely check out the YOLO Box Pro, y'all. Now, I did mention that it has HDMI out. Now, one of the things that I like to do is add an additional monitor to almost any type of mix setup I can get. So this 15.8 inch monitor, flat panel monitor, you guys can see this thing is super skinny, almost like an iPad. Now, this monitor, what's cool about it, the cover also doubles as a stand. So you can set this on your desk. You have like 2 different levels that you can set the monitor at, and you can power this off of just one USB cable. So most of these monitors require HDMI and some type of power supply. This one, and there's others out there as well, that can be powered off of the same cable. Okay, so that means you could have this plugged into your Mac, your PC. I've had this plugged into my iPad. I've used this with my iPhone, believe it or not, and that's with an adapter. But I was able to use this as a monitor even with my iPhone. Guys, that is crazy. Doing some video editing, right? Now this monitor currently right now is $149.99. I bought this last year and it was the exact same price, okay? Now, what I did like about it when I first got it, and I still do, is the fact that it has this scratch-resistant cover. This is going to protect your screen when you travel. Put this in your backpack, put this in whatever it is you travel with. This is going to travel very, very well with you. Now, again, this is only a 1080p panel, so don't expect no 4K. Don't expect some crazy refresh rates, because that's not what you're gonna get with this. But if you are looking for a compact, travel-friendly monitor, this could be exactly what you're looking for. Check it out. Now, if you guys already have a flat monitor that you're currently using, let me know, because inquiring minds want to know. I want to know what tech everybody's using. So now, I did mention that I connected that monitor to my iPhone, and people just don't believe me, so I had to actually do a video showing how I did it. And one of the devices that I used in order to make that happen was just this little simple adapter right here. Now, I have it listed down in the carousel. I think this is like $16.99. So you have your Lightning adapter here, Lightning connection here for your iPhone. I have the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is this phone right here. And when I want to connect this to, say, a microphone, maybe sometimes I want to use this microphone here, which is my Shure MV7, because this also is a USB microphone. I can plug it into my phone when I'm podcasting or annoying people, when I'm streaming on some other platforms. This little adapter is what makes it easy, because I have a USB-A, I have a headphone jack, and I also have a USB-C here, where I can plug everything in and be able to charge the phone, as well as, I'm sorry, that's Lightning, that's not USB. That's Lightning to charge my phone, as well as connect a USB device to this. So that could be something like a monitor, it could be so many different things. And I also plug in a set of headphones, because new phones do not have that 3.5 for headphones anymore. So if you want to rock some headphones that are not Bluetooth, then this is going to be your option right here. All right, so definitely check that out. I'm sure you know somebody who needs one, and the price is right. It's not going to break the bank. $16.99. Get you one. All right, y'all, let me see what's going on down here in the comments. Look like Chris just made it in. What it do, Chris? What it do? Welcome to the stream. No, Chris, we're not playing any games tonight. Just to be clear, we will not be playing any games in the near future, based on information that I have received from Amazon. So we will not be playing any games in the near future until I get some other reaction from them about playing games where people are going off-site in order to log into the game. So as long as that is, the policy, no, Chris, we will not be playing any games, at least not on my live stream. All right, so let's see what else we got. Okay, so for those who missed out, who just got here, let me show you guys what I printed today. So I did print this cute little corgi with the new filament that I just got in literally this afternoon, and I printed this little guy here. Last night, I printed this articulating dragon. I don't know what I'm gonna do with any of this stuff that I'm printing. I gotta find something to do with it. I can't give it to kids because I'm always worried about, the choking factor. Maybe if they're older, it won't be that big of a deal. And also, I printed this little bunny with the Anchor Make M5 3D printer. Yes, this thing is straight up fire, and I am just now learning the basics of what I can do with this. The dog is so cute. I think man, look at that. Look at this guy. And you can get him to lay down, so he can lay on the desk. He can stand on the desk, And this was all print. I didn't have to assemble anything, okay? This was a print in place, item. So the way you see it is the way it printed, and literally I just waited for it to cool, and I just popped it off the bed, and it was ready to go. So man, I'm telling you, I am in love with this 3D printer. So I challenge you guys. Most of you guys already follow me on some other social media platforms. I got a lot, and when I say a lot, hold on, let me show you. I got a lot of filament in today, and I'm just gonna burn right through it. So if you guys have some ideas or some stuff you'd like to see me create, reach out to me on the other social media platforms. If you already follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Facebook, those are the two best ones to communicate with me on a regular basis. Alan, Rachel Cooper, so many others, Richard. We talk all the time. So, just send me a message, guys. I mean, usually it's going to pop up on my phone, and if I have, if I'm not busy doing something, I will respond. You can be assured I will respond. So, Richard says, 20K likes. 20K. All right. But yeah, so between the laser, so we got a number of items here in the studio that we can create some stuff with, right? So we have the laser, we got the LP2, we have the LP3, we have the K1 laser, and I finally got the enclosure for it and the fan and all that kind of stuff. So we can do some big jobs, as far as laser engraving or cutting, big things. And we also now have the 3D printer in the studio as well. So we can do anything 3D related that you guys might want to send me the file for. I don't even care how long it takes to print the file, guys, because, I already know some files going to take days to print. And I'm not opposed to that. I am not opposed to that at all. So, I mean, it'll be some files. I'll go live and we can start the job. And by the time I go live again, it'll probably still be printing. Because sometimes it takes more than 24 hours to print the whole job, So, yeah. But, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited about all the cool stuff we can do with these lasers and these 3D printers and some other things that are coming this week as well. I got a TIG welder coming in. I just got a router. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, yeah, I just somebody sent me a wood router. Now, that's actually one of these routers, where you can, like a palm router, the palm router is. It's used to put like angles and, make joints and stuff like that in wood. That's what this is. So I got one of these in the studio as well. So we can create some interesting stuff. So I got the TIG welder coming. That means we can weld some metal. We can use some wood. We can 3D print some stuff. We can even create some combinations of all of those things and create some massive art. So, yeah, I challenge you guys to send me some good ideas of things to create. I'm all in. Now, some things, we may have to take, a couple of days to work out all the materials and, timing and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, we can make it happen, y'all. We can make it happen. Let me see what PC Phil is talking about. Oh, cutting vinyl? No. This is, let me get it out. Hold on. Come on. It's one of these. I know you've seen these before. So a palm router, because like your wood kind of goes in there or under here. You have like a little bit, and then you have these other accessories that you can clamp down on a piece of wood, and you can create you could even use this like a CNC. So if you were skilled enough, you could use this. If you're skilled enough handheld, you could use this like a CNC, or you could mount this upside down and have the bit coming up and create your own little table, and then you could CNC, type of things. I mean, there is no computer control or anything like that. This is more manual, but you could make some interesting things happen with one of these as well. So definitely check it out. All right, so let me see if I can get this back in the case without making a mess, because this case, I need to get a bigger toolbox. that's in there. All these things came in the case. Why won't they go back in the case? Get in the box. I give up. I'm just gonna leave it like that till in the morning because I'm not gonna fight this thing tonight. I'm gonna see if I can get all this stuff back in there. All right, we got our cord. I might got it. I might have it. Nope, I don't. Something is still sticking out. Almost got it. Ta-da! Back in the case. All right, y'all. So, yep. So like I said, we're going to have the TIG welder. We have the palm router. We have the 3D printer. We have like 3 lasers that I'm using here in the studio. We got the LP2, the LP3, and the K1 for bigger jobs. So all you gotta do is get with me, guys. You know, get with me some ideas. You know, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. Y'all know how to reach out to me. And there's a ton of sites out there that you can find files for free. You know, like Thinkiverse. Just one that just pops in my head. So there's a lot of things out there. So you guys find the file, send me the link to it. I'll check it out. If I already have the materials for it, you know, of course I'll rock with it. But if I don't have the materials yet, then I'll just have to order the materials and we just start building it out, you know. So yeah, I'm excited. All right, y'all. So it's about time for me to wrap it up for the night because y'all know my routine. I got to, of course, let this dog out. I got to go let my duck in. And I got to go upstairs and feed my bearded dragon. You see he's already whining already. So it's time for me to roll out. Roll out as I do. Y'all know I'm trying to find the screen. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out for the night. I'll be back here Friday night. So we'll be here Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, and then I'll be here again on Sunday night. So I'm skipping a day each night, skipping a day. There's a chance I may go live on Saturday because I have a friend of mine that may want to do a joint stream with me. We're going to see how that goes. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll be here on Sunday. But I'll be back on Friday. So I'm off tomorrow as far as the live streaming because I got a lot of videos to try to squeeze out in a short period of time. But I am still free for you guys to reach out to me and send me some of your ideas because I am all about trying to make some of that stuff happen. You guys bring a lot of joy to my life. I love spending time with you guys. So, you know, that's why I show up. You know, I show up for the community. I show up for you guys. And I know a lot of you guys show up just for me. So I greatly appreciate you as well. All right. So it's time to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Y'all know. Let's go. Let's go. All right, all right. All right, my lovelies. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Wear a mask when appropriate. Take care of your loved ones, guys. Get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Pay it forward, my lovelies. Pay it forward. Pay it into the community so the community will continuously grow. All right. All right, y'all. I'll be back here tomorrow night. I mean, not tomorrow night. Friday night. Friday night. Friday night. I'm going to be back Friday night. But until then, I would normally say peace, peace, and muffin grease. But tonight, I'm going to say peace, peace, and muffin loaf. And those who know, know. I'm out.